G'day, Bradley Grennan here. I also go by the name Aussie Gunja Farmer and Lord and Lil. So I want to talk to you today about cannabis and why it's so important. It is the tree of life, it's a divine plant, and it's part of consciousness in physical form. So we're going to be using cannabis to help with affirmations, to help awaken a lot of society. We're going to be using cannabis with affirmations to heal ourselves. So when we use cannabis, it rebalances us. So at the moment, we've just come out of a consciousness called free will in 2012. So the mind's told you about an end of something. It wasn't the destroying process. It was just the end of a consciousness in 2012. So the more we go into a consciousness called freedom, the more powerful spiritual law will become, the more powerful cannabis will become. The more divine you become, the more cannabis is going to want to work with you and with its process. So we're going to be using cannabis to heal you and balance you. At the moment, you're satanic and you're unbalanced. Okay, so you're made a certain way to be a certain way, and that was ultra positive, and you're positive satanic. Okay, so you're not in your best form. And because you're positive satanic, you're getting problems like unbalanced diseases like cancer. You're getting unbalanced processes of mental health like depression and anxiety. So even your Olympians, they're at their best. They eat the best foods. Their mental processes should be at their peak. They are training every day, several times a day. They should be, like your governing bodies are saying, they should be at their best. And they aren't. They have, some of them have depression and anxiety. Some have mental health issues. Some have cancer. And so that process is a little bit unbalanced. So what we're going to be doing is using cannabis to rebalance our bodies. We're going to be using it for mental health issues, to re-heal. And we're going to be using it for affirmations to, like I said before, to awaken you into a spiritual process. So if you don't follow along with the spiritual process, you won't be part of what we're doing. Like I said, you will go into a new consciousness called freedom, where you need to connect to your own self. You need to awaken. So you might do that by asking yourself to awaken and for freedom. Freedom is the key word. And be thankful and grateful that it's coming. Come on, I want it. Okay? So that's how you awaken. You do that every morning and for 10 seconds and go on with your day. Okay? So you can use your cannabis, right, to build a bridge to your consciousness. Okay, so what happens is you smoke cannabis, all right, and that builds a bridge to your consciousness, and you can communicate with it on a higher place. Okay, so you can ask for things and be thankful and grateful. You can do this while doing ceremonies or rituals. You just light a candle and that becomes a ritual. And you ask for things. You ask for help. You ask for growth. You ask for positive understanding. Okay? But what else is happening is that your cannabis that you use is connected to your own body through a thing called the endocannabinoid system. Okay, endocannabinoid system. Cannabinoids is CBD, THC, THCA, CBDA, these acids. And this is in your body. They have what's called receptors in your body that more or less give you what you need. It's like a door that opens and gives you what you need to process and to work. Okay, and it's in your brain and in your body. Many of them. So I won't go into total detail about that. If you want to go and look that up, you can search more about that. But yeah, so that's how and why it works so well with you is because you're made of cannabis. Okay, not fully, but you're made of cannabis, and yeah, and it works well with you. And the more we go into freedom consciousness, the more powerful it's going to become. And the more divine you become, the more the cannabis will want to work with you. Because the cannabis doesn't want to work with you at this moment because you're satanic. And it has intelligence. And it works with consciousness. And it doesn't want to help you out as much as it possibly could because you're satanic and you're destroying and you aren't right. Okay, so there's lots more possibilities for you, but you need to be right to access them. Okay, so we need to get you right. We need to awaken you so you can look at personal traits within your own self and help discipline those traits. Okay, so you become right. And then what will happen is once you're right, there's an ascension process. But you're not to be afraid of that process. You need to get to that end process to ascend. But anyway, that's how important cannabis is to you. It's very important. It's not just a recreational drug. It's going to be everything for you. So we're going to be using it differently. We still may be using it for relaxing, and that's part of healing anyway. And part of a enjoyment process. But it's going to be mainly used for a spiritual process and a growing within your own self. But anyway, that's Aussie Ganja Farmer signing off. I'll catch you later. Hooroo.